So I'm going to talk to you guys real quick about single stage urethane. A lot of you guys are looking for a cheaper way to paint your car. They do have some acrylic enamel in some areas, but if you're in an AQMD area, Air Quality Management District, AQMD, those of you guys who don't know what that is because you might not be in that area, they a lot of times are not available or they don't meet VOC compliance. So the thing that does meet VOC compliance, and I think honestly, if you're going to do it, if you're going to buy acrylic enamel, I mean, you're talking about maybe $20 difference in materials to buy single stage urethane. I just spend the extra money on the urethane and call it good. So let's talk about some of the options that you can get in single stage urethane. Here is the regular, you see the little car in there, that kind of gives you an indication that this is automotive paint. This is single stage urethane, and it's still made by Valspar, but it is not for automotive application, but it does work. So some places sell this as automotive paint, so you need to know what you're getting. If you're getting this stuff here, it should be a lot cheaper than this stuff is. There is a difference in spray quality. This stuff does spray a bit better. It gets a little bit harder. It goes on a little bit nicer. This stuff takes about 3 days to dry fully before you can polish it. But it does polish okay. It works good. And then there's this one here. This is Axis, another single stage urethane. Honestly, if you can get this stuff, I really like this product. It is dirt cheap and it goes on really nice. But I tell you right now, one of the reasons it goes on so nice is it's very thin compared to this. This product here is thicker than this quite a bit. So you might be getting more mileage for your dollar on this product than on this one, but the coverage and everything was okay with it. This is Axis. So in your paints, you have automotive paints. They have something called A pricing, B pricing, C pricing, D pricing, E pricing, F pricing, whatever. And they like the F being the most expensive, A being the cheapest. So I'm going to talk to you guys about pricing for this stuff kind of on A to B level. If you're getting into those C, D, E, F, like E or F being red, red's the most expensive color there is. It can be a little bit more pricey, but sure is a whole lot cheaper than using a base clear. So the question is, can you get this to look as shiny as base clear? And the answer is absolutely yes. In fact, if you're doing a single stage paint and you're doing a solid color, solid color being no metallics, okay? If you have metallics, I would just go right to base clear. Because what happens is you don't have a real good, there's only just a binder that's over that metallic on the single stage, and can't polish it. It doesn't it doesn't have that same depth and the shine if you're talking about metallics. But on solid colors, this stuff can actually shine better than even the clear. So if you're looking for a cheap out, let's say you got a car you don't want to spend a lot of money on, these single stage urethanes are a great option if you're going with a solid color. Okay, what about you're looking at for a gallon of this material? I think this one was about $70. Okay, great value, but that didn't include hardener. Sometimes if you're on the really cheap, you can use another 4-to-1 hardener with this. Usually 4-to-1 hardeners, if it's a 4-to-1 base, will interchange. Now, is that going to give you a warranty or like that? No, and there's no warranty for that. But this is backyard method, okay? This is for the guy. Let's say you went down to the paint store and you saw that in the mismatch section. You could, grab some 4-to-1 hardener and, do a little bit, mix up a little bit of it first before you go and, ruin the whole gallon. And put it aside, make sure it gels, gets hard. And usually if it gets hard, it's going to work okay. May have adhesion issues, but more than likely it's going to be fine. I just have to say that because just in case you guys go, hey man, I used this, it didn't stick. Well, it can happen. So another option is, let's say you're going for red. You want a red car, and you're looking at a D pricing, and you're talking about $400 a gallon for like this product or something like that. What you can do is you can go to this here is the industrial finish. It's carried some places. You got to look around for who has it, and a lot of guys that carry the Valspar line have this line too. So you can get this product here and shoot it on. This is about I think for red it's about $150. For this green color was like 130, 120. It's like a C price. The whites are around $70, which is about the same as this one. If I had a choice between this product and that one, and I was doing white, I would definitely choose the Axis, Axis. So it definitely is more of an automotive finish, a little harder, a little bit better for wrapping. Comes out really nice, levels down really smooth. I actually sprayed this again when I didn't have my Technipro light. I sprayed this with a 2.5. I had it about, I think it was like 3 turns out, full pressure, 29 pounds, and with that gun it didn't really make a heck of a lot of mist. And it was Chinese gun, so that you need full pressure usually on those. And I was able to lay it down just absolutely perfectly flat, no orange peel, on a VW Bug. Now on a bus, it would be a different story, of course. On this product right here, thing that's really cool about this, it's a little thicker, but it still breaks up really nicely through the spray gun. So it's got more viscosity to it, but it's a little bit, it still breaks up really nicely through a good spray gun. I sprayed some of this at around 11 pounds, and because I had to have it, maybe I was in a place where I shouldn't have been. So I'm just saying that hypothetically. And I had to spray it real low pressure because I had things around that I was worried about it getting on, and because this stuff is really sticky. This product, it goes on really nice. It buffs, it polishes amazing. You don't want to try and put an accelerator in with this because boy, it will go off fast, really too fast. So especially on a warm day. So those are a couple of products. Remember, you can get that paint to look as good as a base clear. You really could put a base clear next to it, and you might think that this is shinier than the base clear. Yeah, you say, well, how does that work? How can you get a base, a clear coat's got, thickness of clear? You guys, it's not that. It's about the smoothness of the finish. This stuff really looks deep shine. It looks like clear's on it. So remember that when you're using it. I mean, it goes on really nice. Single stage urethane is definitely, if you're doing solid color, there's really almost no sense in using a base clear. You'll see a lot of my videos where I'm using the 3-to-1 base, 3-to-1 urethane. The ones I'm using are stuff that I get for free. So, I mean, why not? Heck, if you're getting it free, then why not use it? So, a lot of the stuff you'll see that I use a base, that I'm using with it, I'll use it because it's a single stage urethane satin. And then I put a clear over that. And the products are made by Axo who makes Sickens. You guys have heard of Sickens. That's a really good paint. And another one that I use is by Matthews, who is who is owned by PPG. So they're not automotive; they're sign paints, and they work just like automotive paint. There really isn't much difference at all. So anyway, about spraying this stuff and trying to get it to lay down, it's really not hard. You can actually, when you spray it, you can spray this at a little lower pressure than your clear coat, and it will lay down pretty smooth. If you're looking at trying to get no orange peel, you're going to probably want to be in the neighborhood of, so if you're using it, let me just use this as a reference, Techno Pro Light. You're going to want to be in the neighborhood of, if you're spraying outside. Now, if you're in a booth, man, open that sucker up, give it nice, a full 2 bar pressure, 29 pounds, and you won't need the material all the way out with this. You're going to want it out maybe 3 to 4 turns with it full pressure. If you're not in a booth, then you could be down in the 16-pound range and be still about 3 to 4 turns out, and you're still going to get it to lay down really smooth. Now, each one of these products is different. This one here will just level down perfectly smooth. You're going to have a little bit of an orange peel problem with this, so you're going to have a little bit more pressure and a little bit less material. With this product here, it's a little bit more forgiving than this one is. So remember, this is the industrial, this is the automotive, this is Axis. So keep that in mind when you're using it. And definitely, if you're doing a single state, a solid color, and you can, the difference is, I'm going to say what the difference is color match, just like there it is with cheap base coats. If you get the cheaper product, or one of these products may not have as good a color match as a base clear. So if you use, let's say you're using, say, Matrix, right? Matrix premium stuff. This is their best stuff, okay? And this is base, and it's a solid color. So if I want to get this bitch in red right here, and I wanted to get it to look perfect match color and get a full toners, then I'm going to need to use a base clear. If I use the single stage urethane equivalent, which is now Matrix is owned by Valspar, so just so you know that, you might not get the same color match with the single stage urethane as you will with the base clear. Same thing when you go to water base. If you go to the guys who are doing the water base, because it's way better for color matching. Same thing if you go to Glycerit, or if you go to Sickens, Species Hecker, Sickens, or one of the other top line paints like those. They're going to have a better color match to the exact color if you're trying to do matching. So anyway, or PPGs. I guess I have to say it. I'm not a real PPG fan. I'm really a BASF fan. That's why if I was gonna choose a line, would probably say BASF, or of course Sickens and Species Hecker are right there. I consider those both all European and all the best stuff. So out of all the ones I've used, I would say that they're definitely right up there at the top. And well, Matrix is actually American made, really, really good paint. I mean, this stuff, you would not believe how many miles you can get out of a quart of this stuff. I mean, I actually could base coat a VW bus and paint the entire lower half with a quart of this stuff, and it would cover beautiful. If I base coated it with another red, any red, it could be pink red, and it would still just totally cover it up beautiful. So Matrix is another good one. PPG stuff is good, but I think it's really, honestly, I think PPG is pretty much overpriced. I think that especially when you got guys going, yeah, man, I used Omniclear and it was turning white on me. It's like, dude, Omni was supposed to be their cheap line, but it's when I can get a clear that's you know, $30-$40 less than theirs is per gallon, and it doesn't do that. You know, that tells me that there's money on the table they're making. So anyway, that's about bait. I'm going off into the base clear stuff, but really wanted to stick to the single stage urethanes and let you guys know that you know, okay, the other option is for the $20 a gallon would be get acrylic enamel. I wouldn't do it. I actually, you know, this stuff back years ago, the acrylic enamel was great. The stuff now, you know, they've lost some of their hardness in it, and you know, you can get a much harder finish with this and with one of these, and end up with something that polishes out beautiful and lasts a lot longer. Acrylic enamel, like after a year or so in the sun, it's going to have some oxidation problems, probably a little bit, and this stuff pretty much won't. So, you know, spend the money, $20 or so, it's worth it. All right, talk to you in the next video.